Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Film Box Podcast, a movie conversation and entertainment show, I guess, about the Oscars. They just happened. Well, the nominees, at least. I'm your host, Aaron Souza. I'm joined by Connor Jameson, Sam Ieski. How are you guys doing today on this fine evening?
It's great.
Doing good, doing great.
It's nice and late. It's nice and late. But today was an important day because we found out who the Oscar nominees are for 2025, and there's a lot to talk about.
I mean, a fair amount.
Yeah, there's an hour and 20 minutes at least, at most, worth to talk about.
Yep.
We don't have time to tell the story, so we just got to keep going.
Yes, we got to keep going. Before we get into all of that, though, of course, we got to talk about what we've been watching lately. And who better to kick us off than the usual Connor?
Sure. Wait, what?
Sam,
Not me off guard.
What have you been seeing?
So last time since we recorded, I went on a little vacation this past weekend, so I wasn't able to watch too much. But I did throw on a couple movies on the plane. So I watched, to finish off the Fantastic Beasts trilogy, I watched The Secrets of Dumbledore. And then I watched The Mask with Jim Carrey. I've never seen that one before. First time watching that one.
Interesting.
And then Feels like a good movie, plane movie.
Yeah.
And then I finally got around to watch Juror Number 2. Very good. And then I was in the mood for some Johnny Depp, so I watched Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Plane movies. I mean, Sam, obviously you like watching movies on a plane. I cannot watch movies. No matter what I do, I just cannot do it.
Well, I can't sleep on a plane, so
Interesting.
to pass the time, I have to watch movies to pass the time or read. One of the two.
See, for me, planes are the worst. I've only flown, technically 4 times there and back twice, but they're the worst because I can't sleep, and I really feel the duration. Like if I'm watching a movie, I'm like, okay, it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah, you really feel it.
It's like, oh man, I'm not comfortable. I've got like 2 people. The first time I ever flew was like 2 strangers next to me, so I can't really do anything here. So
yeah, no, I feel that. I am the same way. Like I put on a movie, and then like 10 minutes in, I'm like, it has been only 10 minutes and I need something else to do.
I get too bored.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thank you. Are you drinking anything tonight?
I'm drinking a little grapefruit IPA.
Oh, from Spring Forward brand. That's cool. Is that what's there?
That's the name of the beer. It's from Breckenridge Brewery.
There we go. Breckenridge Brewery. Sponsor us. All right. I have seen 4 movies since we last recorded, and it is very different. I watched A Star Is Born with M, the newest one, the Lady Gaga Bradley Cooper one, because she had not seen it before. I like the first half hour of that movie, but it is way too long. It's the second time I've seen it, and again, I'm just like, man, this is too long. This is a lot. So, watch that. Then I had to honor our fallen friend. That's a weird way to put it. I don't know why. No, I threw myself off saying that. I had to honor David Lynch, and I watched Blue Velvet, and that was awesome. It blew me away in a way that I was not expecting. I hadn't seen it before, so. Then Em and I went to the theater on the same day. I watched Blue Velvet at like 8 o'clock in the morning too, which is a choice.
David Lynch is not someone you watch in the AM.
Oh, I don't know, man. It was awesome. But same day, later in the afternoon, we went and saw Nosferatu in theaters, which was I gotta say, Connor, you said it to me before that like you have to see it in theaters because it just looks like art. Every shot just looks like a beautiful Renaissance painting. And you were right. It is gorgeous. It is really, really well shot. And then took a little bit of a couple day break. I was just busy doing a whole bunch of other stuff that we're getting into. But watch Ray, the Jamie Foxx biopic about Ray Charles, which I had not seen before, and that was really good. Jamie Foxx is amazing in that role. I mean, literally transformative. And I got water. Got some water.
Nice.
So.
I watched 7 movies, or it's technically 6 movies. Started off on the recommendation of Aaron's mom. We watched Lion, 2016 Dev Patel movie. It was very
Interesting.
good. Very good. And then, what was it? Yesterday, the 22nd, I decided I was just going to watch action movies that made me feel good. So I started off with Creed. Love Creed, one of my favorite movies of all time. Then dipped back in the Dev Patel well, watched Monkey Man. That movie is just
The
rocks.
Patel well.
The Patel well. Great job. And then I watched Monkey Man at night, and I was like, you know what? Everyone is always like, it's like Indian John Wick. I was like, you know what? Let me go back to the source, and I watched John Wick. 'Cause that movie's like a tight 90, and man, that's as close to perfect as you can get for an action movie.
Very nice.
And then today, in the spirit of all the events and festivities, I watched Wicked.
Oh, what do you think of Wicked?
So I was telling Erin when she got home from work, for the first couple, 30 minutes or so, like I wasn't digging it that much. Once the Wizard and I came on, I was like, oh yeah, all right.
It's a turning point.
It
It's
is.
a real moment. Although I gotta say, I said it to Em. I've seen that part a couple times. It's ugly. That final shot of the cliffs, and it's all just gray.
It's.
I'm just like, man, they really screwed it.
We'll talk about it with the awards, but spoiler alert, I'm glad it didn't get a cinematography. That way we don't have to bash it. But anyway,
only a little.
Then I watched A Different Man. Sebastian Stan, Adam Pearson. That movie's really good. It's on Max. Go watch it. And then I just wanted to, for some reason, go down the documentary route and the short film route. And it was on Netflix, so I watched The Only Girl in the Orchestra. It's one of the movies that's nominated for in the short doc. It was pretty good. That's it. I got ginger ale.
Nice. Now, before we get into the Oscars stuff, I just gotta, I just a tiny story. So, I don't know what I did.
Off.
Yes, I had to because I have to show you. I don't know what I did. I woke up this morning, and my cats woke me up, and I was exhausted, whatever. And I woke up, and I went to go open my eyes, and this eye was stuck closed for a sec. But it wasn't so stuck that I couldn't open it, but it stayed shut for an extra second. And I was like, what the hell? And opened my eye, and it hurt. It was immense pain. I was like, what is going on? I just gotta show up. I just looked. You see it? I'm pretty sure I fucking cut myself.
Ugh.
Yeah, you see that? I don't know what I did. My eyelids cut my eye. It hurts like an ass.
The one thing I'm so squeamish with eyes. I can't do anything
I apologize.
with eyes.
I don't know what it's just red. It just hurts. Anyways,
For your own sake, I just hope you agitated it.
oh man, me too.
But I hope you just got poop eye.
No, well, because it was fine up until I went to open my eye and it wouldn't open. It was like that, when you're super groggy in the morning and you go to open your eyes and they're crusty and
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Kinda
it was like
when
that.
when you haven't spoken in a while and your mouth is kind of like stuck.
Yes, it was exactly like that. Except, how with the eyes. And so when I opened it, it was like, ugh, and it didn't make a noise, but it just was like. All right, let's move on. Oscar nominations. We found out all of them. First off, impressions of the reveal. I liked how it was 8 a.m. and you could tell that at least Rachel Sennett was not prepared for 8 a.m.
No, it's so funny because they were making the jokes. They were like, "Yeah, we are off like 17 17 Cokes, an Adderall, and something else." And so, like, I tried to guess who took what. Mm-hmm. And it's just like very clear, like, okay, Rachel, you are off the Adderall.
Yeah, it is not you.
They were fun,
no,
though.
I thought they did a good job. They had a couple little good jokes in there, but kept it moving, and it was good. It was good. Yeah. The nominees, however.
Before we even get to the nominees, I don't know if you guys caught this because I was watching on I think it was like Good Morning America.
Yeah.
They kept talking about. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save this for when we get to Best Supporting Actress.
Okay. Well, I guess let's start with overall impressions of the nominees. Winners, losers, like quick hits on overall impressions. I guess the big one is we had a film bring in 13 nominations, and it is not the film that we wanted. Emilia Perez, 13 nominations, and I am furious.
I don't understand.
Have you seen Furiosa yet?
Emilia Perez, you mean?
Or sorry, I was thinking Furious in my head. I said Furious, and I was like, I could have said Furiosa. Then I was thinking Furiosa. Have you seen Emilia Perez yet?
I want to just see how bad it is. So I think that's this weekend. That's this weekend's goal.
Yeah.
So I'm glad because Sean Fennessy put this in a tweet, and it's perfectly captured. So there's been only a handful of movies to ever have this many nominations. Mm-hmm. We're talking. It's in the company of Gone with the Wind, From Here to Eternity, Mary Poppins, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, Forrest Gump, The Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Sam, I know that.
Yeah.
That just should make you so happy. Shakespeare in Love, Chicago, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Oppenheimer.
I mean, that's legitimate company.
Yeah, I mean, like the most a movie has ever gotten is 14. This movie could have very easily gotten that lucky number 14.
Oh, it's just we have trashed Emilia Perez on 3 straight podcast episodes, and it's deserving of it. Let's make it 4, guys. Emilia Perez sucks.
Yeah, we'll make it 5 next time when I actually see it.
Yeah, right. Oh my god, it is just so bad.
And so I don't know if I brought it up last time about how like voters just like, well, they don't really watch all the movies. They kind of they'll vote for the movie that is like their friends work on, or sometimes they'll just like read like the tagline and they're like, "Ah, yeah, sounds good to me."
Yep.
The latter half is gonna carry this movie to like 8 wins. I feel like.
I just don't. I don't really get it. Like I've seen Connor. You and I have actually seen the movie, and I don't know if I'm just being like gaslit or something, but like. Everyone, like the Academy is apparent. Every award show is like, this is a great movie that needs to be celebrated. And I watched it and I was like, they made a penis to vagina song. This is not good.
They made a Google Translate movie.
Yes.
In one take.
And the director was like, screw you. I made this Google Translate movie that I didn't research for, and like, that's what it is.
Hey, Mexico, fuck you pretty much. Like,
yeah.
I don't need to know anything more about you than I already do.
Mexico. He's literally like he went with what's wrong with Mexico, and the AI Google result was cartels and drugs, and he was like, got it. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so bad.
But the thing is, it has all of Netflix behind it, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing with all these other movies. Like, the studios kind of have to split. Like, A24 has to like pick and choose which movies they want to campaign behind.
But there's Netflix movies. You could have campaigned for Hitman.
Yeah, but Hitman had. Let's be honest. Hitman really didn't have a shot at anything.
A best actor.
And I mean, we'll get to it. In this crowd, it probably didn't. As much as it pays.
Let's just go through the list of Netflix movies from this year.
I would say Maria they could have campaigned a bit harder behind, but let's be honest. There's a very dark reason why Angelina Jolie is not gonna get an Academy Award. And it has something to do with her ex.
Ah, got it. Yep. No, we don't have to go into that.
Yeah.
I do know what you're talking about, though. Let's see. They could have campaigned Rebel Ridge.
For what?
I don't know. Some sort of cinematography or something. I don't know. I didn't see it. Let's see. They could have... Wow. Netflix put out a lot of trash.
Exactly.
Oh, they could have put Rebel Moon.
Yes, Rebel Moon. Yes.
I mean,
Zack Snyder for Best Director.
Listen, it was just one of those...
Unfrosted. Wow, they really had they were rolling over before Emilia Perez came around.
And they still are.
Yeah, they still are rolling over.
But no,
Atlas.
that's the thing. Yeah, it's just like one of those things where like the stars align. They're like, hey, somehow people are at least talking about this one, and they're not just like, hey, this sucks. Some people are like, hey, at least this is interesting.
Yeah. I have not seen... I have to plug in my mouse to continue scrolling. But I have not seen... Here we go. I've not seen a single movie that stands out to me. Hitman is the one.
Yeah.
A Family Affair, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. Nothing. I mean...
Yeah.
The Union, winner of the worst poster boxer award. The Deliverance. I know you did not like that movie.
No.
Uglies. Oh man, they really were going over. Holy jeez. Oh, his three daughters. They could have campaigned for his three daughters.
That actually they probably should have, because that could have gotten at least a couple of like acting, screenplay, editing, or cinematography, maybe something.
Hot Frosty. Anyways,
not every studio needs, like, you don't see a Hulu movie on here. Like, not every studio needs an Oscar movie. But anywho.
Yes, anywho, let's run down a couple of the smaller ones that we're not really going to focus in on too much, because I don't, at least for me, I don't really know anything about some of these. Live action short. Alien, Anuja, I'm Not a Robot, The Last Ranger, and The Man Who Cannot Remain Silent are the nominees. Documentary short, Death by Numbers, I Am Ready, Warden, Incident, Instruments of a Beating Heart, and The Only Girl in the Orchestra, which you said you saw. Animated short, Beautiful Men, In the Shadow of the Cypress, Magic Candies, Wander to Wonder, and Yuck. And one of my favorite moments from the announcements, where I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, they said Beautiful Men and Bo and Yang said where, which is pretty awesome.
There was one moment too. I think they're talking about maybe it was one of these four that you just announced, and I think Rachel Senna was like, "Oh wow, these are all tragic. These are all so sad."
Documentary feature, Black Box Diaries, No Other Land, Porcelain War, soundtrack to a coup d'etat, which I have heard is phenomenal. and Sugarcane. And so those are kind of the smaller ones, I guess. We'll start on this list. Oh, go ahead.
If you ever want, if you're in like a competition, you want to like pick one, just read the tagline, see which one's most topical, and then you'll probably pick a winner. I feel like that's how the Academy votes for them too.
Yep. International feature. I don't have a ton to talk about here. Obviously, we got Emilia Perez. I'm Still Here, nominated for Brazil. The Girl with the Needle from Denmark. The Seed of the Sacred Fig from Germany. And Flow, the Latvian animated film, which I am here for.
No words.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
But one that I'm surprised didn't get was was it eligible? I don't remember, but All We Imagine Is Light.
India didn't submit it.
Yeah, that's right. India didn't submit it. That 100% gets a nom from what I know about the movie, if it actually is submitted.
Yeah, I remember seeing like India didn't think it was well enough produced, and everyone was like, "You are stupid."
This is a winner if you submit it.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah. All right. Original song.
Oh, before we even get there, the big announcement is they're not going to perform these anymore, I guess.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? What are you guys' thoughts?
I'm fine if they don't do it this year and bring it back next year, because I don't care about any of these songs.
I was going to say, me neither.
You don't want to hear 2 Emilia Perez songs? Oh my god. I think we all knew Elma was getting a nom. The fact that my face when they announced a second Emilia Perez song, I was like, huh?
But that's how it's always been. Like with all the awards, it's always been El Mal and Mi Camino. Mi Camino sucks. I'm sorry.
Is that one of the Selena Gomez ones?
Yeah, I'm sorry. All her songs suck.
Yeah. All right. Original score, though. That's one that I definitely want to talk about.
Yep.
Original score nominees: The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. There's one missing. There's one missing here.
I'm sorry. I thought you hated it. I thought you hated it.
I didn't like it.
We're talking about challengers, by the way.
Yes, challengers. I didn't like it as a fit for the movie, but that's my personal opinion, and I appreciate the actual music and instrumentation and the implementation in the film.
The impact it had on tennis.
Correct. I think it's a good score that just for me, I didn't think fit the movie. That said, it should have gotten a nomination, like at least.
Yeah. I mean, it's absurd that Challengers is walking out of here empty-handed.
Yeah.
Man, it's... I don't even know, like...
I know.
We could say for every award, like, just bump Emilia Perez off, put whatever in here. Challengers. Challengers should have won. And,
you can knock Wicked out of this category. Original score. Because Wicked, all of the good parts of Wicked, all of the songs are not eligible. What's nominated here is all of the composed orchestral stuff outside of the original songs from the musical. And that is a travesty, because that doesn't matter. No one cares about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's original score. I am upset, to say the least.
Very fair.
Next on my list, we can talk about visual effects.
The Monkey Award.
Yes, the Monkey Award. Only missing Monkey Man. We had Alien Romulus, Better Man, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Wicked. Sam, you saw Kingdom, right? Did you guys both see Kingdom?
I did not.
Oh, you saw Kingdom. Okay.
That movie's gorgeous.
Yeah. Obviously, Dune Part 2, best movie of the year.
But did it have
Surprised to see Better Man in here.
I heard good things about it.
Yeah. I mean, it is... I've heard that it's a very good musical, but, like, the only real visual effect they did was just make Robbie Williams a monkey. That's it.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny too? It's always a monkey. Like
Yeah.
Is that just like the baseline of visual effects? It's just like how well can you animate a monkey?
Maybe. Ask Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
Even though he's not the one that animates anything, he just does it.
No,
he did it in like three movies.
Yeah. I mean, I know we aren't really picking winners right now, but I personally am going on the how many monkeys did you have scale. So I would pick Kingdom in that regard.
I don't know. I think Dune Part 2 is going to run away with it.
I don't know, because I think it could. I'd be happy with it. Romulus, I love Romulus, but because of the deep fake,
the one thing
it could not do, it did.
Yeah.
Because everything else looks so awesome. Like the aliens look great, the face huggers look great, and then you had like this monster of a CGI deepfake Ian Holm, and it just sucked.
Yeah.
I'm at least glad that some horror's getting some love. Though,
I
this
know.
year.
I was gonna say
this has been a great. It's been a great year. Like
I said, something's in the water for horror this year. Although,
Substance had 5 nominations, Nosferatu had 4, and then Romulus had this one.
Yeah,
it's pretty damn good. There is an ugly duckling in this category, and it's Wicked. And I'm not ashamed to say that.
Yeah.
Wicked, I think I've talked about it a little bit. I know I said it in my review. The visual effects are poor at best. Lighting is flat intentionally for CGI purposes, but also almost every scene, especially at Shiz University, is horribly backlit with this blinding bright light for no reason.
It's like when Sam's ascending into heaven.
yeah.
It is. Every scene is Sam ascending into heaven.
It's every scene is us recording in the morning.
Yes,
Pretty much.
Literally. There was a very distinct moment that I remember, and it was like this dramatic moment between Elphaba and Glinda, and one of them walked kind of away, and it, I don't know if like the camera cut or it moved, but all of a sudden it was like I was staring into the sun during this dramatic moment. I couldn't see anyone's facial expressions. I could barely see one of the people, and I was like, what's going on? Like, I can't see anything. What is happening here?
It's like bring back the J.J. Abrams lens flares.
Oh my god. Yeah, a lens flare that takes up 95% of the screen. It's like, yes, I know what's happening. Thank you. I can see. Ridiculous. Look, Wicked is deserving of a lot of awards, not visual effects. There are better movies, I think.
Yeah.
Again, challengers you could have put challengers in here for some of the tennis scenes alone. But alas, we did not get that.
Would you put Furiosa in this category too? Maybe.
Oh,
Connor, or no?
I didn't think about Furiosa.
I was gonna say maybe either Furiosa or maybe even Gladiator too. One of the.
I think Furiosa before Gladiator for sure.
I agree.
Yeah, especially hearing all like the half-ass stuff they were doing on Gladiator too.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Not that that really matters to anyone, because Emilia Perez got 13 fucking nominations, so
just
half-ass all you want.
Just show up, they'll hand you awards, I guess.
Yeah.
Sam ascending into heaven. We just sent you 5 Oscars.
Yes.
Yes. They'll be in the mail.
Yeah. Best sound, we had A Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. What the hell is Emilia Perez doing in sound?
Sound of what?
Yeah, all of
me
these other...
furiously clicking on my remote.
Skip.
I will say, I was watching Kit Laser on TikTok had a funny joke. He was like, "Yeah, it's probably Dune 2, but I mean, like the Wild Robot like had some great sounds, like everyone applauding when she said, 'I am the Wild Robot.'"
That's pretty good.
Do you think a Complete Unknown should be in this category?
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna give, this is like the category that really fits the music biopic space as far as what it qualifies for. Mm-hmm. It's really good. I mean, the music is incredible. They do if you watch the behind the scenes stuff, I mean, the production designers went out and sought out specifically the exact like gear, not like the exact one, like this one was used by Bob Dylan, but like all of the different brands from the era, all of the like specific types of gear, down to the microphones, the cables, the amps, all of the instruments were all original from the time period and matched what were played on the record. And even just that alone to match that sound is absolutely incredible. And then they had to do that for a man who literally in the first 4 albums of his career changed his sound up like 5 times. Mm-hmm. So it was really, I think it's deserving. I really do think it's well deserving there. Wicked has some great songs, great renditions of the musical. Wild Robot, like you said, everyone cheering is great. And yeah, Emilia Perez gets the nom for me shouting "what the fuck" at my screen whenever anything happened.
And then Dune.
Mm-hmm. And then the winner.
Yeah. Dune, I feel like is gonna clean up a lot of these.
The technical stuff, yeah.
Again, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. All right. Any other thoughts on sound? Probably not, right? No. Okay. Let's talk about makeup and hairstyling. Nominees: A Different Man, Emilia Perez, somehow, Nosferatu, The Substance, and Wicked. Once again, a category where everyone makes sense except for Emilia. What?
I think it's for Carla Sofia Gascon for her transition.
I'm not gonna. I'm just
gonna. I think it's that.
I'm just gonna leave that alone.
Would be a great category for Furiosa.
Oh my god, yeah.
I mean,
like Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah,
going bald.
Chris Hemsworth and
what's his name?
The big fat guy.
Immortan Joe.
Immortan Joe, yeah. Like, come on.
I don't know why I just don't like Furiosa.
I don't know.
Did Mad Max get like Fury Road get any nominations? I can't remember.
Let's see.
What year is that?
Wow, it's like they're listening. Because it just
Dune Part 2 also missed.
Let's see. Mad Max Academy Awards. They got a lot. Best Picture. Oh, hold on. Academy Awards. Yeah. Let's see. Best Picture, Best Director, Best Cinematography, Best Costume Design, Best Film Editing, Makeup Hairstyling, which it won.
Oh,
Production Design, Sound Editing, Sound Mixing, and Visual Effects.
Oh, shit, I got a lot.
Interesting.
And it won Costume Design, Editing, Hairstyle and Makeup, Production Design, Sound Editing, and Sound Mixing.
I'm surprised. Well, then why is Furiosa like got snubbed?
I think Furiosa's better too. I don't know why they were like.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like a time bias. Like it was released way earlier, and it wasn't like a movie that was as transcendent as Dune Part 2. But I don't know.
We'll have to see
right.
my horror babies, though. Nosferatu and The Substance.
Well deserved on both. Very well deserved on both.
Not just for, obviously they have to match the time period for Nosferatu, and they've been posting all the behind-the-scenes stuff of Bill having to get put in the costume, and
that's cool.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And then The Substance, obviously we got the El Monstro Elisu at the end. That probably was,
that was cool. The Monstro Elizasu, that is very cool. Mm-hmm. And then Wicked for green. All right, editing: Nora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, and Wicked. Man, they really did just give Emilia Perez everything. This one's a bit tougher for me because I don't, and I mean tougher as in like I don't know if I really have an opinion because I don't know as much about editing. Like that's not one that it often stands out to me.
Yeah.
Like really good editing, I don't notice as much, but you can obviously tell really bad editing. So these are, I mean, I guess fine. I don't really know though.
I was gonna say this one's not too big of a. As long as Emilia Perez doesn't get it, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see The Brutalist. I think probably, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Brutalist or Conclave.
Yeah. All right, moving on to one of my favorite categories, cinematography. The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, the shitty one, Maria, and Nosferatu.
Stood on the table for it when we're here. Nosferatu for cinematography.
Yeah, man.
Campaign reigns. Give me
it's
that.
It's not going to beat Greg Fraser. I'm sorry. No, it's not going to.
It won't. But you know what? Give me that. I will be so happy with Dune 2 or Nosferatu. Just
Nosferatu. Get it?
Dune Nosferatu. That's the double feature of the year. Dune Nosferatu.
No. It was Baby Ratu. Baby girl and Nosferatu.
Oh God.
Oh jeez.
You want to talk age gap?
No, sorry. It was a complete Baby Ratu.
Sorry, it's Dune Perez.
Ew.
It was a complete Baby Ratu inside.
Ew.
With a fire inside.
Yikes.
Yeah. I just literally again 4 strong contenders. Because Maria is another movie that just really, like, you could take any scene out of it and it just looks like art.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah, a lot of good ones there. Obviously, I think Dune Part 2 should win this.
I think so.
And that's not biased. That movie is gorgeous. I mean, the things that... Greg Fraser is a genius. That guy knows how to make a movie.
Listen, there's a reason why the Batman... is like and Dune are like having they're like I don't even want to say they're like arguing parents and they're like fighting over Greg, but it's kind of just like they're like it's a custody battle. It's like, okay, you can have him in 2025 and I get him in 2026. And now it's like, all right, now everything's getting pushed back and now Dune Messiah isn't going to get him.
Yep. But I do have a snub, 2 snubs actually.
I got 3 snubs and they're all the same person.
Is it Sayambu?
Yep.
Sayambu Muktipram, the cinematographer for Challengers, Queer, and Trap. Yes, thank you. Could have for any of them. I would have preferred Challengers. That movie. There's one thing that you can say about that movie. It is incredibly good looking. Like, they did some amazing shots that were really well executed.
I mean, the
my
whole
other-
tennis, the tennis sequence when we are the ball,
That's
that
cool.
alone. Listen, I know they probably aren't going to do clips anymore, which also sucks. But that would have been
Yeah.
perfect for Challenger
Yeah.
cinematography clip.
Are you kidding? It was basically like Oscar
That
bait.
or
They were like,
the-
what can
the,
we win an Oscar in?
Sorry, you glitched. I didn't hear a word you just said.
I don't know.
Cool. Move on.
All I was saying was it's just one of those clips is like, yeah, that'll win an Oscar.
Yeah. Who was your-
My other one was Jomo Frey for Nickel Boys.
I was
Best
gonna say,
Picture. I mean, not to spoil anything, but BP Nom, very innovative way of shooting from the first person for the whole movie, but yet doesn't get a cinematography nomination. That's a little. It's interesting. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Costume design. A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. No real surprises here, except for Emilia Perez was not nominated in this category. Yeah, all of these sound good.
Yeah. There's no real standout one. I mean,
I think Wicked.
Wicked
might-
probably because
Wicked.
Of the fancy dresses Galinda
Yeah.
wears, but
Yeah.
hey, I would give it to Nosferatu. I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah.
I,
I would
I
love to
wouldn't
see.
I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if Conclave gets a sneaky win here.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't either. I mean, they
I
did a
feel like
really good job with Conclave.
Time period pieces, or like when you could like pinpoint it to like a very specific event or like moment in time, I feel like it's kind of like the same thing with like a biopic. It's like, yeah, how accurate is it? And we can like, if you did a good job, we'll reward you. And I feel like you could do the same thing with costumes. It's like, yeah, okay, you did a great job like making Timothy look like Bob Dylan, so here's your Oscar. Or
Yeah.
you made Lily Rose Depp look like you plucked her out of the 1800s, so here you go.
Yeah. What I will say for A Complete Unknown, I can't remember her name, the costume, the costume designer. But this was her first or her biggest movie yet that she had worked on, and they showed the kind of the whole costume department, and it was literally like thousands of garments. It was insane. So I still think that it's going to be like Conclave, Wicked, probably maybe Nosferatu, but yeah. Next category is another biggie, production design. We got The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. All really well deserving nominees. Each of these guys could win. I think maybe the weakest of all of them is Conclave, but like Nosferatu's the sets are amazing. Dune, the sets are amazing. Wicked, everything's practical in Wicked. All of the sets are practical. But then they ruined it with visual effects, but that's a different conversation. But all of those sets are practical, which is cool as hell. The Brutalist obviously did a lot of really good stuff there as well. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, it definitely will just depend on whatever vibe they're feeling.
yeah.
If they want
right.
something like bright and flashy, it's Wicked. If they want something like nice, dark and gothic, it's Nosferatu. If they want
Pope.
I don't even. Yeah, if they want Pope, it's Conclave.
They want Pope, it's Wicked. No. Or, hey, you can make a case for Dune Part 2 for Pope.
In a sense.
All right, animated feature, Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot.
5 for 5.
Yeah, that's seems to be the favorites. Hoping for The Wild Robot. I'm still like, it feels like first out is probably something like Transformers 1.
I'm just glad it wasn't like Moana too.
Oh yeah.
That would have been the worst.
Yeah.
Wallace and Gromit it's insane how consistently like a new Wallace and Gromit movie comes out and it's like, yes, this is a goat movie.
It's just like, I don't know, dude. They just like, they have the formula. They know how to just make it perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their claymation is just on point every single time. They know how to tell like a flawless story.
Uh-huh.
Even if you're not like really fucking with it, it's still like entertaining. Like I didn't love every moment of Vengeance Most Foul, but at no point was I like, yeah, I mean, this is like, all right. I was like, yeah, I'm still having a good time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably going to go to like Flow or Memoir, even though I would love for the Wild Robot.
I think Wild Robot still has a really good chance, but Flow might take it. Adapted screenplay: Conclave, A Complete Unknown, Emilia Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing. Very happy to see Sing Sing on this list. That movie is so good. But the rest of these, I mean, I guess is as expected.
This will be Conclave. It's been every other award show. It's won it. So
yeah, it has to be, right. Original screenplay: Honora the Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5, and The Substance. How just the Substance being on here is great.
yeah.
I just love it. That's such a unique movie. It really is. September 5 I have not seen. But
It's a journalist movie.
yeah,
So
which I will love. I love journalist movies.
yeah, those tend to do well.
Yeah. A Real Pain, deserving. The Brutalist, obviously. Honora, obviously. Those are kind of two big ones, I guess, in the original screenplay category.
I can see it being like a coin flip between those two.
All right. Supporting. We got our acting awards here. Best Supporting Actress. I want to read off our nominees first. So we predicted Ariana Grande for Wicked, Zoe Saldana for Emilia Perez, Margaret Qualley for The Substance, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, and Felicity Jones for The Brutalist.
Well, I missed one.
We were 4 for 5. The actual nominees were Zoe Saldana, Isabella Rossellini, Felicity Jones, Ariana Grande, and Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown. Out of nowhere. I mentioned it this morning in our group text when we were kind of chatting about this, that the hype for her and her performance has gained a lot of momentum in like the last 2 weeks. Kind of out of nowhere. And I love it. She's really good in A Complete Unknown, but it's kind of out of nowhere.
I think probably one of the biggest winners of the nominations is A Complete Unknown, because I feel like the way we've kind of treated it is like, yeah, it's definitely like this is like Timmy's shot at an Oscar. And I feel like he kind of buoyed everyone up with him.
Yeah.
Like,
it is. I mean, have either of you guys seen it yet?
Not yet.
It is like, you watch it. It's a really good movie. Like, I still gave it a 3.5, but you watch it and it feels like, yeah, this is an Oscars. This is something that appeals to Academy voters.
Well,
Like,
if you watch something like Emilia Perez, do you also say like, is this Oscar worthy?
No. If we were to do, I'll tell you what. If we were to do a tier list of Best Picture nominees, no, Emilia Perez doesn't deserve Pee Pee Poo Poo. It is below. It is worse.
In the sewer already?
Yes, it is gone decomposing shit. It is disgusting. So, I mean, I guess that's fair, but I wouldn't call A Complete Unknown like Oscar bait, because it's not really. But
I have a hard time, like, just because biopics in general have kind of just become like that pathway. I want to say.
Yeah, I watched both Piece by Piece and Bob Marley this year, both like biopics, and they were like average movies. Like there was nothing like to write home about.
Yeah. I tend to agree with that, although I will say with Complete Unknown, it felt like they weren't intentionally trying to push it for, like, Oscars. I mean, obviously, Timothée Chalamet is amazing in it.
Campaigning his dick off, too.
Right, but it wasn't a movie that they made and said, okay, we're going to try and go for an Oscar with this one. Like, they just went and tried to tell a story, and so that I appreciated. All right. Any other thoughts for Best Supporting Actress?
For a second, I was kind of worried about Jamie Lee Curtis sneaking in again.
Oh, yes.
For the last
she was
Showgirl.
campaigning. Talk about campaigning hard.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw like her Instagram post where she misspelled actress. She put like or nominees supporting ACC.
Nice.
Actress. But we didn't get it, even though I've heard like she would have actually been more deserving than for Everything Everywhere All at Once. But man, I'm disappointed Margaret Qualley didn't get in.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm not really bumping anyone off this 5, even though like
I can bump one.
who are you bumping?
Isabella Rossellini, man.
Oh yeah, you hate her with a passion.
No, dude. She was great in Blue Velvet when I watched that the other week. But no, not for this role. Not for this role.
Once again, perfect support role. But anyway, Qualley, I felt like, and I put this in my review for A Different Man because I feel like those movies are very similar. But I felt like Margaret Qualley did such a good job of being like the foil for Demi Moore, to the point where like you do get a good performance, but I don't think you get the best performance out of Demi Moore without what Qualley gave you.
Yeah, they have that duality between them works really well.
Yeah, so that's the only one that I'm a little upset about.
Yeah. All right, supporting actor. We had Kieran Culkin for Real Pain, Denzel Washington for Gladiator 2, Clarence Macklin for Sing Sing, Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, and Edward Norton for Complete Unknown. The nominees ended up being Kieran Culkin for Real Pain, Edward Norton for Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice, and Yura Borisov for Honora, which, if you look at our honorable mentions, both of those folks are on our honorable mentions. So,
This guy.
yeah, we were right there. Hey, I campaigned for Jeremy Strong.
And I did for Yura, so.
Yeah, so...
I didn't do jack shit, so.
Well, you know what? And I forgot to mention it with supporting actress. The way that GMA was talking about Ariana Grande, they're like, man, if she can somehow sneak this nomination, it would be a miracle for Wicked.
Yeah, it's
And I
like,
was like,
she
did they
is
watch
the
this
front
movie?
runner. She
Have
is the
they-
front runner. Sorry, but
I was like, have they watched, like, they seen any of the news? Like, she's been getting every, nomination for every, like, other award.
no, they are the kind of people who they GMA brings in their movie expert, and the guy is like, I've seen one of these movies.
Well, it was the same thing, because Denzel didn't get it.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, yeah, so Denzel should probably get this because he was like the only thing watchable in Gladiator 2. He really carried that movie. And then when he didn't get it, he was like, yeah, so I mean, it must be he was just too good because, he's Denzel. It's like,
Yeah,
hey,
I don't know if that's how that works there, sport.
sometimes good actors are just in not great movies and they're just not that good.
Yeah. Happy to see Jeremy Strong. I'm so sad that Clarence Macklin didn't get it. That would have been such an amazing story. And his performance in Sing Sing is just, it blows me away. It would have been a lot better than, sorry, but it would have been better than Yura. Much
Once
better.
again, you're just taking shots at like people who are deserving of this.
Hey, look, Yura's performance was at least more prominent in Anora. I stand by the fact that Isabella Rossellini's performance, there's like 2 minutes of performance in that movie.
She has 2 minutes of dialogue, maybe, but she is critical in other aspects of that movie.
She's critical in delivering the food in the cafeteria in those scenes.
She prints the paper of that has all the tea on it.
She prints the... That's the best
Without
argument. You know what? You got me there. That's the best argument you could have
fucking boom
made. She
sauce.
prints... award-worthy, she prints the paper.
Got you there.
Yeah. No. Aside from all the nominees, though, I mean, this is Kieran Culkin still lose.
Yeah,
He's gonna win it.
Culkin.
Yeah, he's gonna win it. All right. Best. Do we want to do best director next, and then we'll do the rest of the actors?
Sure.
All right. Best director: Sean Baker for Nora, Brady Corbet for The Brutalist, James Mangold for A Complete Unknown, Jacques Audiard for Emilia Perez, and Corley Farja for The Substance. And I'm disgusted.
I see 2 weak spots.
I'm surprised that James Mangold got it. Again, talking about the Complete Unknown rise. But
disgusted
man,
that
shock. The fact that they gave a Best Director nominee to Jacques Audiard, who literally said, "I did not research Mexico and I don't care," for his movie about Mexico.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I don't get it.
Anyone else, they would have been flamed out. But I don't know what this like dick riding is for Emilia Perez. I don't get it.
Yeah. But this, I don't fucking understand why they hate Denis Villeneuve.
I gotta say, I think it's the middle movie curse, or like the trend where the middle movie of a trilogy doesn't get much love. But like, he wasn't nominated for Dune 1 either, which is insane. I just don't get it.
They better. We could come back to this in 2 years or 3 years. It better not even be a contest for Dune Messiah. I don't care if Dune Messiah could be the worst piece of shit ever. They better give him an Oscar for it.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
care.
Yeah,
because I don't see how you can make 2 of the best sci-fi movies ever, and then just be like, you
didn't really do it.
It's a middle movie.
Give it to the French guy who made the Mexican movie about trans people.
Hey, he used Google Translate. It's
hard. He
hard.
didn't research it. He didn't try and get into the mind of these people and tell their story in a respectful way. He just did it through Google Translate.
Hire Mexican people to play Mexican characters. That was too hard. He just got if they spoke remote Spanish.
He couldn't even get a good Mexican accent from Selena Gomez. What are we doing?
He had to rewrite the character.
Yes.
To fit it. Oh my god. Yeah.
I'm so mad. I'm getting mad all over again.
Could have put Luca in here too.
Oh.
And I feel like
even
Luca,
Ramel Ross.
Edward Berger.
Edward Berger! Oh my god.
For Conclave. A lot of missed opportunities. I mean, John Chu, I get it. Like, a lot of Wicked's issues are because of him, but
awful. By the way, our nominees were Sean Baker, Brady Corbet, Denis Villeneuve, Edward Berger, John Chu. So we were pretty off on this one.
Yeah.
All right.
But again, I'm glad Substance is getting some love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the one good thing. Best Actress. No, one surprise here. Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon for Emilia Perez, becoming the first transgender woman to be nominated for Best Actress, which is awesome.
Good for her.
I will stand on the table and say, out of all the things bad about Emilia Perez, her performance is not one of them. She is very good in the movie.
Same with Zoe Saldana.
Yes, they are very good and deserving. Mikey Madison for Honora, Demi Moore for The Substance, and Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. Again, you were campaigning for Fernanda Torres. We gave it to Pamela Anderson.
That was yours.
We made a mistake when we did this. Both Demi Moore and Fernanda Torres were our honorable mentions. We had none of us had seen when we did this conversation, these predictions. None of us had seen The Substance by then, but we have seen it. And as soon as I saw it, I said we made a mistake, and she deserved to be on the list.
It's like that one we did 2 years ago with the whale.
Yes,
for our awards. We were gonna give Austin Butler for Elvis our best acting award, and then me and Sam both saw The Whale the same night, and we immediately came back, changed our spreadsheet to.
I think we saw each other on the spreadsheet at the same time. I'm like, oh, okay, this is how it is.
We both texted in our Snapchat group. We're just like, man, fuck.
Yeah.
Back home.
Yep.
But yeah, I was telling you, especially after the Golden Globes too, it was bad news for Angelina Jolie, Nicole Kidman, and Pamela Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
That Fernanda Torres won, and it could carry over to an Oscar nom. And
it did.
Guess what?
You were right.
I was right.
You were right. Otherwise, though, fairly how we expected it to go.
Yeah.
Same thing for Best Actor. Fairly expected. Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothée Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes for Conclave, but the big surprise is Sebastian Stan did get the nom for The Apprentice.
Mm-hmm. You fought it.
I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy for it. He was excellent in The Apprentice. Really, really good. But I was concerned because he gave two roles that were equally deserving of the Best Actor award, that they would split the vote and it would allow someone like Daniel Craig to come in and take it. But that turned out not to be true. Stan made a big impression. I don't know if either of you guys have seen The Apprentice, but I have, and it is awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna
watch this now.
He is really good in it. So it's well deserving. I mean, either of the movies he did this year would have been deserving, but this one was really it was well deserving, and it was one of our honorable mentions specifically for The Apprentice was in there. So I'm counting that as a win.
Mm-hmm. I think this is probably this could literally go to anybody.
Yeah,
this one's very open.
I mean,
when
we made our ballots, I think this is the only one we didn't predict a winner for.
Mm-hmm.
We all picked someone else.
I was saying this could literally go to anybody because they were all fantastic. So,
yes. So yeah, it's still open. I think it's even more open with Sebastian Stan in there because like our predictions for Daniel Craig was kind of the weak link of all of them. But Stan feels strong, especially after Golden Globes. Like there's a real. It could be any of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Best Picture, the last of the awards. The 10 nominees are as follows: Honora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. Hoo boy.
First off, good for I'm Still Here.
Yes.
I think so. Selfishly, I mean, we haven't seen it, but selfishly, this movie being put in Best Picture as well as like Best International, I think this has a good chance to win Best International.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I don't think it will, but I mean, getting a Best Actress, Best Picture, and Best along with Best International is a good sign.
Yeah.
I got thoughts. I mean, I'm mad. More than anything, I'm mad for the first time at A24 for really, really messing up this Sing Sing distribution.
This is the biggest botch job ever.
Yeah. I mean, that movie was, if it had been released normally and seen by the masses in October, for example, this would be probably top 3 Best Picture. It is that good. But it literally just came out last Friday, wide release. This movie was initially screened. This movie was initially screened in 2023, and it spent all year in limbo, and people kind of barely being able to see it, and like only at festivals, and then only by invite, and then very limited in New York and LA, and then nothing for 3 months. It's like, what are we doing here? Why aren't we just letting people see it? I don't get it.
Release it on Netflix. Apparently that does wonders.
Oh yeah, dude, I forget what movie or what service it was on, but someone was like, "Yeah, dude, my movie made like $200 million on like Hulu or Max or something."
Yeah.
Like, why aren't all movies just doing that? If that's the numbers you could pull in.
Yeah, I don't know. Man.
Makes me think someone's lying. First off, but yeah, I get it's a whole side of this business we just don't understand. But I just don't get how you make your movie that inaccessible.
I don't know. And usually A24, like, I mean, they've messed up a couple, but like, that's not like just a minor studio. They've really just messed this one up.
Yeah.
I'm also shocked to not see A Real Pain. I really thought that was a lock, and I think a month and a half ago or a month ago it was a lock, and then something changed.
I always kind of felt like it was like maybe I don't have exact numbers, but if it was maybe like the 8 to 12 range.
Yeah.
Like if it had ranked choice voting, I would love to see if it was like if that and Sing Sing were like 11 and 12 and like just missed out.
Yep. Again, deserving though, Nickel Boys being the one that we didn't predict to get in, but did.
We deliberated on it though, right?
Yeah, we had a...
Yeah, we did. We discussed it.
I put it on my ballot.
Yeah, no, we definitely discussed it. I think where we ended up leaning was actually dropping the substance in and kicking out Nickel Boys.
Wait, what did I... So I'm looking at my thing, and I had Nickel Boys in the substance. I didn't have I'm Still Here, but I'm trying to see what did
I thought we threw in Emilia Perez like last.
Well, I was always... I think the way we look...
We always had it, but we knew it was like, this is the worst movie.
It was the power ranking was this is the worst of them, but it will get a nom.
Well, I know you didn't want Conclave in here.
No,
Aaron.
I thought we wanted Conclave.
I'm pretty sure Aaron kind of fought back on that.
I don't remember. I was maybe like on the fence of like, is this going to have the impact?
Oh, maybe it was that
it
like
needs?
because we've ranked them like highest lowest. Maybe you just said like you. Didn't think that was
yes.
gonna be that.
That's what it was.
That's
Yeah.
what it
Which
was.
bucket do you think it's in?
Yeah, you guys were pushing for like three or four, and I was like, nah, this is probably closer to like 6, 7.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I do end up think it's like like maybe 4 movies are seriously being considered.
yeah.
4 or 5, but
I think we've seen a little bit of a change at the top though with the recent stuff about AI with The Brutalist. Even though it's so blown out of proportion,
yeah.
the damage is kind of done PR wise, and I think it'll lead away for Honora. I would be so mad if Emilia Perez won because of it. But I don't think it actually will. I really don't think it has a
Emilia
chance.
Perez uses AI too. To,
Yes, it does.
Like tune Carlos Sofia Garcon's voice.
Yes, but the headlines weren't Emilia Perez uses AI. The headlines were The Brutalist uses AI.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Final thought for me: The Substance. Very happy to see it get a Best Picture nom. That's awesome.
I'm
Me
hoping
too.
at least one horror movie gets one win.
Yeah,
whether it
that'd be cool.
Nosferatu, Substance.
Demi Moore, Best Actress, I would be okay with.
I would be okay with that.
I'm really thinking it's a likely. I'm maybe not over 50% chance, but I think it's probably like a 30 to 40% chance.
Yeah, no, there's a real shot. That would be awesome. But we'll have to wait and see. Any other final thoughts here?
I guess I could just go over like what got snubs, kind of like some popular movies.
Yeah, sure.
You know, we got Furiosa, Baby Girl, Juror Number 2, Longlegs, Civil War, Challengers, Transformers 1. Connor, I know you like the TV Glow, right? I saw the TV Glow. Madam Web, Craven the Hunter.
Yeah.
Oh God, it was never gonna happen. But it would have been cool to give a visual effects nom for Terrifier 3. It was never gonna happen, but that would have been cool.
If they ever do like practical effects instead of visual effects, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Because I feel like horror. That's the category horror would
Yeah,
dominate.
that is the hey, we'll give horror an award category. Connor, any thoughts from you? Any final thoughts?
No, listen, I put my balls on the table for Nosferatu and some of those other acting awards, and I was proven right. So I'm
Yep.
going to keep doing it.
Yep.
So just carry me to the promised land.
Yeah. Let's see one horror award. That would be awesome.
Let's
You
hope
know what?
Emilia Perez does not pull a Oppenheimer from last year.
Oh my
so.
god, dude! I've seen so.
I'll tell you what.
Give me an 0 for 13, and I will streak.
I will. What is it on a Sunday? The
Probably
awards.
Usually, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to consider this, but it would be very fun to do an Emilia Perez drinking game where every time it wins something, you take a shot, and you can have up to 13. There's a lot on the table, or
Take
you can
a
have
day
none.
off.
Oh man, I might have to do that.
If Emilia Perez goes 13 for 13,
I don't. I wouldn't survive.
you have to commit seppuku live on podcast.
Oh well, I think that's a good spot to call this episode. If you like this episode and you like listening to us talk about how bad Emilia Perez is, leave a rating, subscribe, follow us on your favorite podcast platform. It lets us know we're doing a good job, and you can tell your friends about it. Follow us on our website, First Picture House. It's firstpicturehouse.com. You can also follow us on all of our socials linked in the show notes below. And follow us on Letterboxd to see what we're watching, when we're watching them. You don't have to wait for each episode to come out to know how many movies Connor watches every week, because he's got a lot. Am I missing anything? It feels like I'm missing something. We have something coming in the works to announce, but nothing quite yet. But just keep your eye on the future here. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I actually have one thing that I'm going to do before to end this podcast for this year. I have a thing called Rando Meower. It's a random movie generator. And so I have it set to generate me a movie from anywhere from the year 1970 to the year 2024. Any score, any runtime, at least 90 minutes. So at least an hour and a half movie. It's going to give me a random movie. I'll watch it. All right. So the first movie of this new trend is Armor from 2024, the Sylvester Stallone movie.
Wait, no, I want one now. Give me one.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
give me one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Maybe this is it. This is how we end everything.
this is how we end it. All right. So my movie is Armor. Connor, yours is Queer from this year.
Woohoo!
And
Wait,
Sam,
are you sure you didn't just set this to one this year?
I guess. Sam, yours is
That's what I gotta watch.
Jurassic World Dominion from 2022. So we'll
someone-
report back.
Someone got a winner here.
Yeah, someone got a winner. All right, we'll report back next week, and we'll see you next time on the Filmbox Podcast.
Peace. See ya.